noticed how people with a small following seem to sell out products faster than those with massive followings? It makes you wonder what they're doing differently. Because it's not what's all in the numbers, it's not even how often they post, it's trust. People believe in them, they connect with them, and they buy from them because it's something about their brand that makes them feel secure. Meanwhile, you're posting, updating your site, putting in the work, and it still feel like nobody's biting. Ever wonder why your content isn't converting? This here is the gap. If your brand doesn't feel trustworthy, people won't risk their money with you. They might watch, they might follow, but they're not buying. Not because your product isn't good, because your presence, remember that word that I like to use? It's because your presence doesn't signal this is legit. I know who this is for, and I know what I'm getting, right? I know the value, how it's going to benefit me as the buyer, as the client, right? You have to put emphasis on how valuable and how beneficial it is for someone to have your products, right? And to work with you, especially if you're doing service-based business. That's exactly why I created my products and my services to help you all stop guessing and actually build something that feels real, intentional, and aligned. Aligned by design, because you are a brand. We have the Align to the Signs audience solution template, help you discover your audience and how you can serve them. Okay, and it helps you with your refinement with your YouTube journey and your e-commerce shop by fixing your brand's messages and knowing exactly how to speak to your audience, and make sure that you are carrying a presence with clarity and confidence that attracts the audience that you want to buy into you. Buy into your YouTube channel and buy into your e-commerce shop. You're putting in all this effort into explaining why they need your product, but instead of connecting, it feels like you're convincing them, like you're talking at them and not with them, and that's why it doesn't stick. Let's be real. Most people don't trust what they don't understand. Oh, that's a bar. That's a bar. Most people do not trust what they don't understand. And if your brand does not speak clearly, if you do not bring about power, clarity, authority, beneficial influence, right? Mind shifting messages, then your content will never reflect why you do what you do and who it's for. All right. And that's what we talked about in video 7, messaging. Make sure your messaging is on point. Don't have your messaging right, people are going to feel lost in your content. Okay. And when they feel lost, they do not buy. Okay. Let's say you lost in the amusement park. Are you ready to buy anything? Unless it's going to help you get unlost, right? Okay. And that's what I do here. I help the overwhelmed, the stuck, misaligned person get out of their lostness, get out of their stagnation, and on to positioning, so therefore they can have the direction that they need to get out of that state of mind, right? Boom, there you go. You have to get people out of their state of mind with your messaging. Consequences of people not trusting in your brand is you'll be creating, you'll be posting, saying more, and you'll never get the responses that makes it all worthwhile of why you're even creating a brand in the first place. You see other people making less content with fewer followers, but they got the receipts, okay? But they got the invoices, okay? But they got the transactions. Listen, but they got the transactions. Because their audience feels like, I know who this person is, I know what they stand for, and I know what I'll get when I buy from them, right? So when you buy from me, you get the clarity, you get the confidence to keep moving forward in your brand. You will no longer feel stuck, okay? You'll no longer feel like you don't know what you're doing, you don't know what to post, you don't know how to speak to your audience, right? And you will no longer feel like an aimless person who's just trying to create a brand out of nothing, out of social media, using social media all kinds of wrong. You wondering why nobody's interacting. You know what I'm saying? So I make sure that I'm giving you guys advice and tools. Not just advice how I'm coaching you guys through here on YouTube videos, but I actually give you guys tools so that you can take the steps now, right? So you can take the steps now before you even want to, get a formal coaching with me, like a one-on-one. You get the tools right away so that you can start. You get the videos to change your mindset, right? And to switch your mind into abundance thinking, into believing that you are an asset right away. Because when you are creating towards entrepreneurship, you have to believe that you are an asset, and therefore your products and your services are asset one and the same. So if you're ready to bridge the gap, start with the template, start with the guidebook. Find your audience, serve that audience, know what you're good at. Okay. When you know what you're good at, you'll know who to serve from there. Okay, boom. When you guys create resumes, as I said before, what's your target audience just off of your resume? And literally, you can make a brand based off of that because it'll just be naturally aligned to you. And I gave you guys an assignment earlier on in the playlist, and it has to do with that chat GPT assignment. Definitely comment below and tell everyone, if they have not watched the playlist, tell them what that exercise was and how that exercise actually helped you. The chat GPT assignment, when I said put in something in the chat GPT, let us know how it helped you. Okay, until your brand's foundation is rooted in trust, no funnel ad content calendar is going to save it. You can find the links to the template and the guidebook and video. Clearing your messaging, make your audience feel seen. Message is not just what you sell. Message is what you stand for, what your audience stands for, right? It's the results that they want. So I stand for clarity. I stand for confidence. I stand for originally designing life to the way that it was originally designed to be. How? Because God has given you talents. God has given you giftings early on in your childhood or in your teen years. Go back to those things. You, ready for you. I'm ready for you. I'm ready for you. This is literally how I'm a digital design coach, because I'm going back to my old roots. Share with you guys in my regular YouTube video. My mother, she signed me up for this camp, y'all. In this camp, we learned web design, video editing, magazine design. All the stuff that I'm teaching y'all is literally because of that camp. And it's because I started YouTube in college. And because I didn't have a focal point on my YouTube channel, this is how I'm able to talk to y'all about this. I know how to make YouTube intros. This is why I created my own coloring book and have those coloring pages behind me are coloring pages that comes from my coloring book, Aligned by Design, Affirmations for Creatives and Entrepreneurial Spirits. Like, literally, this coloring book, I didn't know how to make my own coloring book, but because I went back to my roots and I have a great memory, I pieced my coloring book together. Remember the magazine design. How do we piece together our own magazine design? Oh, I use that same program that we had in my camp. That's how I was able to piece that coloring book together. Because otherwise, I didn't know how to do that. Y'all, listen, I told myself, I said, I'm going to create a coloring book. I just created it. I didn't know how to do it. Like, this the real spill. I got on my iPad one day. I put in drawing app. Okay? I literally just put drawing in the Apple Play Store. The first thing that pulled up was Amaziograph. So then I started playing on Amaziograph. Okay? Those are mandalas. If y'all don't know what a mandala is, it's that rotational symmetry. Like, think of this as a circle, but there's a pattern inside of it that repeats itself. Those are mandalas. So that was Amaziograph. Then the next time I go on there and I put drawing again, I see this app called Procreate. That's how I discovered Procreate. It wasn't through everybody else on YouTube talking about Procreate. No, literally put drawing, because I grew up liking art. Computers, art, singing, and dancing. So that's why my name is Soul Tree Accessory. I like art. I like to accessorize, right? And Soul Tree is giving movement. It gives embodiment, right? It gives singing, because I started YouTube singing. Do y'all see how I pieced this together? This is natural. Go ahead. Take the template. Take the guidebook and see what you can come up with your own voice, right? You have to stay consistent with your voice. And how you going to do that? You're going to make your audience feel seen, right? With your visuals, with your captions, with your products. They all need to speak directly to the person that you want to serve. So I speak to you guys who want to create brands, who want to become freelancers, who want a 1099 lifestyle, who want a YouTube content creation entrepreneurial route. I believe in that. And I believe other people are capable and equipped to doing that, right? And because you guys feel stuck in what you want to produce, I make it so that you guys believe that you are capable. You believe that you are an asset. You are an asset. You are a brand. So act like it and represent in your power and create a presence. Create your online presence. This is how you create trust. Y'all feel what I'm saying? Now it feels like, oh, okay. So Yana, I'm Yana from Soul Tree Accessory, your digital design coach. Okay? So Yana has already been through feels like to be on YouTube for months or for years, and the ish ain't working out how you thought it was gonna be, right? And never really had a game plan. You just was doing stuff. You was doing stuff off of impulse, doing stuff sporadically, and hoping issues was gonna align and come together. No, that's not how it works. Because you have to create structure. You have to create a foundation of principles. This is therefore your message, okay? So then your message becomes a trusted mission, okay? Why do you think they say in business create a mission statement? Because this is the ultimate goal of your brand that you want to put out there in your messaging. That's why people have you create business plans so that they know that you're serious, so that you know that you're serious, so you have the clarity, so you're no longer confused. If you're at the point where you've got your products and your services and you're ready to stop hoping someone clicks and actually start building a store that sells with clarity, y'all, at some point you're gonna have to get rid of your link pages. At some point you're gonna have to get rid of your beacons. You're going to have to establish yourself as a brand with a website, okay? You're going to need the e-commerce builder workshop. So stay tuned because we're going to have a specific video talking more on that e-commerce builder workshop, okay? If you already done the YouTube design critique, you definitely have a personal discount coming to you. Yes, you do. You have a personal discount coming to you. If you want this e-commerce builder workshop, it's coming. I'm going to talk about that in another video. Building blocks on trust. You're not building from sand. How are people going to trust sand? You're not building on sticks. How are people going to trust sticks? You have to build with stable block that puts down the authority. Stable block, stable metal, stable steel. Okay? That's how your brand's core message. That's why I talk about your brand's motivators in the Find Your Why guidebook. Okay? So this all ties back into trust. If your content isn't building it, neither will your income. Start with clarity. Find your brand's message and then build a brand that feels real to the people who need it most. These are the videos you guys can go back and watch. Video number 2, we talk about Align to the Signs Audience Solution Template. Okay, that is where you're going to find that tool. The first free tool. It's a free entry tool. Okay, the guidebook is a small investment. Video 3, if you feel a little weary about your entrepreneurial mind and you feel like, I don't know if I'm cut out for this, go watch video number 3. I'm telling y'all, I got y'all. If you feel like your brand is not looking the way that you want it to look, go check out video number 6 and 8. If you're stuck on your e-commerce platforms and what to offer, go back to video number 5 because those lay out the foundation you need for this exact shift. I'll see y'all in my next one. It's your digital design coach, Sultry Accessory.